As both a Washingtonian and as a filmmaker in the state of Washington, one of the things that I like to do is show support in any way that I can for the state's amazing film community. Washington really is a place that is filled with fantastic artists, actors, actresses, directors, writers, producers, etc., all of whom deserve to both work and even be acknowledged. So one of the ways that I would like to show my support for film in Washington is to review a movie that was made in Washington and review it right here on this channel. And so, the Made in Washington movie that I would like to review today just became available to view online on sites like iTunes and Amazon Instant Video and will be available on DVD toward the end of August. That film is called Simple Creature. And this is the cover art. So what is Simple Creature about? Well, it tells the story of a young woman named M, played by Caroline Sandburg. M is a college tech student who is heading home for holiday break when the bus that she is on suddenly crashes, nearly killing her. Her distant father, Roy, played by Tony Dupe, is devastated, but since he is the head of a laboratory that specializes in things like nanotech, robotics, and advanced genetics, he is able to bring her back to life, but with technology-enhanced abilities. In the process, Roy gets his daughter back, but his colleagues at the lab see her as the next step in their quest of changing human evolution and are willing to do whatever it takes to protect that next step. Overall, Simple Creature feels like several genres in one. It's part love story, part science fiction, part medical film, part drama, and part thriller. Films like this do come out of Hollywood, but one of the big problems with those films is that the very high budgets and big-name stars end up overpowering the films and their pretty-big budget and pretty big-name star strengths. But with a film like Simple Creature, which has a cast of experienced unknowns and an indie budget, it works so much better. This was shot on locations throughout Washington State, and there's just a tiny bit of CGI, but it is just maybe half a dozen shots in a 92-minute movie. And with that type of small cast and small budget, writer-director Andrew Finnegan manages to pull off not only some beautiful visuals and cinematography, but also a look and tone to the story that makes you go, I know this is fictional, but still, who could deny that this premise could happen? How can anyone forget that we are living in a science fiction world? Whenever someone manages to pull off making a full-length independent feature film in any state, not just Washington, and make one that is the kind of quality of a film like this film, the film and filmmakers deserve to be acknowledged. And so do the cast. As the lead, Caroline Sandburg, known for her work on the show Z Nation and in other Made in Washington films like Brides to Be and Dead West, turns in a very composed and wonderful performance that not only makes you understand what her character is going through, but makes you believe it. And the supporting cast, like D'Angelo Midley, who plays M's boyfriend, Tony Dupe, Hans Altwies, and Russell Hodgkinson, also from Z Nation, each of them bring just as much believability to the film, and none of them ever go over the top. For a film that certainly could not afford anybody from Hollywood, it certainly got lucky with this cast. These are good performances. The ending, though, is kind of, and not really the type of payoff that I would wish to see, but overall, this film really is an example of the kind of artistic talent that the state of Washington really has, and here's hoping that we don't lose these actors and filmmakers to Hollywood one day. If you are expecting this film to be something along the lines of the kind of big-budget films of this type you see come out of Hollywood, this probably won't be your movie. And I've noticed that has been a problem for a lot of the indie films made in Washington, and probably why they haven't been the most acclaimed by online viewers, but believe me, give those films a chance, including this one. Thank you so much for watching, and there will be more because Lehtonen's Home Theater is always showing.